Salutations, I am called Algernon Q. Whipplebottom. It is with great reverence that I serve as your guide on this telegenic offering which aims to celebrate that most significant of mankind's achievements, the child's plaything, colloquially known as the toy. Over my many years, I have enjoyed a thirst for these whimsical artifacts of joy. Indeed, I have acquired a great number of their exemplar. I wish merely to share my great affection. Join me, won't you, on our journey as I have the transportive pleasure of introducing our next exhibits. I give you Kenner and the Star Wars Micro Collection Vehicles, the X-Wing Fighter, TIE Fighter, Millennium Falcon, and the Snow Speeder. Each four of these exemplars occupies its own space of import within the Star Wars universe. The X-Wing Fighter, a single-pilot wonder capable of withstanding a barrage of enemy fire, and, with the right pilot at the helm, able to perform deft feats of maneuverable amazement in aid of the heroic Rebel Alliance, packaged with a pint-sized Rebel pilot. The TIE Fighter, an equally maneuverable craft, if more disposable than the X-Wing. The TIE Fighter was an assembly line construct put together using the evil Galactic Empire's endless depth of resources. Still, the sheer numbers of these craft made legions of TIE Fighters swarm like hornets in larger engagement. A formidable and daunting sight. Here we also see an instruction booklet that accompanied the TIE Fighter, a curious little nugget for you to enjoy along with, perhaps, the most visually striking of all the Stormtrooper, the TIE Fighter pilot. The TIE Fighter and the X-Wing combine for cinema's most famous space combat, a galactic dogfight that has adorned all manner of merchandise since the dramatic climax of the first Star Wars movie in 1977. The most thrilling play feature in these versions is the ability to cause significant damage by the manipulation of a small lever. By depressing the lever, it appears irreparable damage has been caused, and both craft are beyond repair. But wonder upon wonders, by removing your finger from the lever, the ships are repaired and magically ready for their next adventure. Astounding. The Millennium Falcon. At the Toys for Algernon Studios, our first thrust into the Star Wars galaxy was in our recent Chapter 7 with Kenner Hasbro's Legacy Millennium Falcon. If you've not seen it, do consider being a dare and giving it a view. It is a marvelous artifact of joy. The Kenner Micro Collection Millennium Falcon is among the smaller of the Falcons that is accompanied by action figures, though not the smallest. But it has charms all to itself. Removing the top shell reveals the cross-section where the characters can rest from their most recent escape, or plan the next daring mission, or man the anti-spacecraft cannons. It does have one feature that no other Millennium Falcon toy that I am aware of is able to boast. Emerging from within the confines is a lift that was used to rescue Luke Skywalker after his portentous encounter with Darth Vader in The Empire Strikes Back. An encounter I am certain we'll experience in an upcoming chapter of Toys for Algernon. The vehicle playset is accompanied by Han Solo, Chewbacca, C-3PO, R2-D2, and a battered and bruised, amongst other horrors, Luke Skywalker. And lastly, but certainly not least, the Rebel Alliance's versatile Snow Speeder. A bit like a daring, speedy hot rod, it proved its mettle during the Battle of Hoth, The Empire Strikes Back's exposition While not capable of space travel to my knowledge, it remains a popular alternative to the more widely celebrated X-Wing and TIE Fighter. The Snowspeeder was packaged with the ill-fated Dak and Luke, or one could imagine their own rebel pilots, as the Snowspeeder features the same destructive feature as the X-Wing and TIE Fighter. Certainly Luke could not meet his end at the hands of an Imperial Walker. Oh, I whittled away many an hour as a child with one of these glorious plastic depictions in my hand, imagining the greatest space adventure of all, and the remarkable pilots that achieved the most impossible maneuvers. What a great joy it was to have a play with these wonderful toys again. Join us later this month as we take a journey, continuing our series of Kenner's Star Wars Micro Collection. Until then, we shall dim the lights.